Hey guys, and welcome back. Be sure to check out our main website, stumpthespread.com, linked in the video description to access all of our college football picks, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel to continue to get all of our college football pick video plays. Heading into Friday's action, we got two matchups on the board. We're going to be discussing the nightcapper out in the Pac-12 between the Utah Utes and the Arizona Wildcats. Utah comes into this one as slight favorites, just over a field goal at about 3.5 points, with the over-under sitting between about 57 to 58 points. Total, we're going to be discussing more of the spread in this one and who we think is going to be the better bet with that spread factoring in. So Utah on the year right now standing 3-0 with their toughest match coming in week 2, which came on the road against rival BYU. It seems like every matchup that Utah and BYU have is a very hard-nosed defensive battle, and Utah was able to get out of town in a tough road environment there as they went on to pick up the win by a final of 19-13. And then last week, Utah really flexing their muscles at home against San Jose State, going on to beat the Spartans by a final of 54-16, and what was a pretty impressive blowout there for Utah against an overmatched opponent. Now they're heading into Pac-12 play, and it seems like Utah almost always gets overlooked a little bit every year coming into the Pac-12, but they seem to be a team that consistently gets the job done, usually putting up between about 8 or 9 wins in total on their season, going and representing themselves well in whatever bowl game they get, and this is certainly a Utah team that could fall into that category again. But if the Utes are going to be able to finish in the upper tier of the Pac-12, they are going to go ahead and have to take care of business on the road against the teams that they're actually capable of beating, and then obviously needing to take care of business on their own home field, which they usually do a great job of. But this is one of those contests that if it's going to be a solid, strong year for Utah, then these are going to be the kind of games that they have to win coming onto the road in conference play as favorites. So Utah in their last outing against San Jose State, having quite a bit of offensive success, putting up over 500 yards of total offense, 341 through the air on 4 touchdowns and 1 interception from Huntley. And then their ground game picking up 160 yards and 2 TDs on 40 carries. Defensively in that outing, Utah was able to really shut down that San Jose State rushing attack, giving up just 30 yards on 37 carries. And that's going to be the key to success today for Utah against Arizona, is they're going to have to shut down that Arizona run game and really force them to throw the ball, because Arizona, although they are quite dangerous on the ground when they're able to get their rushing attack going, they can have issues through the air, inconsistency with the accuracy of their quarterbacks being able to throw the ball. So that's certainly going to be a point of emphasis here for Utah, is trying to shut down that Arizona ground game and really force their quarterbacks to throw the ball more often than not. So talking about the home team now, Arizona standing 2-1 on the year. Their toughest outing came back in week 2 as well, which came at home against Houston, and what was really a defensive battle in that one. Arizona went on to lose by a final of 16-19, but they bounced back last week on the road against UTEP, an overmatched opponent certainly, but Arizona picking up that win by a final of 63-16. Watching nearly that whole game against Houston, I was not impressed with what Arizona had to offer in terms of their pass game. Just really uncomfortable at times. It seemed Dawkins and Tate both getting time, and it just seemed like both guys didn't really have the crispest throws by any means. They were really struggling with their consistency in the pass game. And Arizona, when they're at their best, it's when they're able to lean on that ground attack, really pounding the ball with some of their top backs like J.J. Taylor. Also, of course, Brandon Dawkins. He can certainly run the ball when given the opportunity. Going to be going against a Utah defensive front in this one that can potentially stop that ground game, force them to throw more. And if that's going to be the case, then Arizona will probably struggle to put a lot of points on the board, just like they struggled in that Week 2 matchup against Houston. But clearly looking really dominant last year against an overmatched opponent, but UTEP not as comparable of a defense, certainly, as what Houston would bring to the table in comparison to who they face this week in Utah. So heading into this one, we find that Utah coming in at about a field goal, just over a field goal favorite, 3.5 points. If you can get this one at a field goal, so a half point less than this, you're going to be at a better position of strength. But we do feel like Utah is at a better position right now, just a better team overall than Arizona, and more multifaceted attack, where if they get a certain aspect of their game shut down, they can go, for instance, if they get their ground game shut down, they're going to have more success in throwing the ball than what Arizona would likely have in the same scenario. So heading into this one, we are going to go ahead and side with the road team, taking Utah to get the job done, picking up this win and cover on the road against the Arizona Wildcats, also showing that they can get the job done on the road with that win against rival BYU. So certainly showing that they can bring a strategy into a tough environment and get the job done. So again, siding with Utah here against the spread as our college football pick video play for Friday's action. And again, guys, to get all of our college football picks, you can head on over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, linked in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel to continue to get all of our college football pick video plays throughout the season. So thanks for stopping on in, and we hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.